Valve confirms Steam Deck OLED stock issues are tied to memory and storage shortages, raising concerns about future hardware. What about that Steam machine? Let's talk about it straight ahead. Hey guys, it's Al from Techaeris, and I am back with another video. Yesterday, I talked about the PC shortages with the SSDs and memory and GPUs, all the shortages we're expecting to have come 2026, and I kind of gave my thoughts and opinion on it, that I do think that we are going to see some shortages of some gear this coming year, and maybe well into 27. Who knows if it'll extend? It depends on. But of course, this is all being driven by the AI need for companies like OpenAI and XAI and Gemini. Their need for compute and for hardware that can run their AI models, and that is severely affecting consumer electronics. I will link my video from yesterday up here somewhere. You can check that out. And we talk about how I think consumer electronics are going to be impacted this year. For everything from TVs and phones to PCs and game consoles. We are seeing a shortage of RAM and SSDs and GPUs, and that is also going to affect, it's already affecting Steam, Valve, and I have an article here from Windows Central written by Adam Hales. We're going to read over that, and we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. All right, so the heading is Steam Deck OLED stock shortages blamed on memory and storage issues. Will the RAM crisis affect Valve's Steam Machine PC? Spoiler alert, yes, I think it will. Subheading says Valve confirms Steam Deck OLED stock issues are tied to memory and storage shortages, raising concerns about future hardware. Adam goes on to write, recently we covered how Steam Deck OLED stock was beginning to dry up. At the time, many, including us, speculated that rising RAM and storage prices across the industry could be the cause. Now Valve has stepped in and addressed the situation directly, updating the Steam Deck storage page with a comment that leaves very little room for interpretation. Valve says, quote, Steam Deck OLED may be out of stock intermittently in some regions due to memory and storage shortages. Steam Deck LCD 256GB is no longer in production, and once sold out will no longer be available. Doesn't leave much to the imagination, and it isn't the first time Valve has commented on RAM and storage constraints. Not long ago, Valve delayed the release of its Steam Machine and has yet to provide a concrete price. The reason again comes down to RAM and storage pricing. It's also worth noting that when I checked the store page in the US, all Steam Deck variants are currently in stock. So buying one now could be your last chance for a while. And to speak to that, it's interesting. I bought a used MacBook Pro, M1 Pro, 16-inch on eBay, and I think I paid $650 for it, which is a great price. And it works great. It's in pristine condition. There's a few scratches on it, but no big deal. It functions perfectly well. But that same machine is almost double the price now. And I bought that like last month. So I think that even used gear is going to go up in price. So you guys, if you're looking at something used, now is the time to get it, I think. The article goes on to say memory and storage prices continue to rise, in part due to AI demand, reshaping the industry. Some suppliers are prioritizing large AI-focused deals, sending more stock towards data centers and enterprise clients, and leaving less available for consumer hardware. And we talked about that in yesterday's video. Even recently, Western Digital ran into an HDD stock shortage. Its CEO confirmed that the company had secured major AI-related agreements. At this point, a Steam Deck OLED price increase would not be surprising. I agree. The same likely applies to the Steam Machine, which we're talking about, though we never knew the price to begin with. I think part of the reason the Steam Machine price did not get announced is because of this. They predicted, they had a feeling that hardware prices were going to start going up and there were going to be some shortages. So I think when the Steam Machine pricing does come out, we are might be a little bit shocked, and I think there's going to be a short supply of Steam Machines. There's going to be a run on them, and they're going to be in high demand, going to be pricey, and it's going to be hard to get a hold of them. And it's not just Valve. The article goes on to say it's not just Valve. Future Xbox and PlayStation consoles will face the same market pressure. In Sony's case, IGN suggests it could push the PS6 as far back as 2030 due to rising component costs. Nintendo Life also covered rumors of a price increase for Nintendo Switch 2 this year. RAM and storage aren't the only components facing issues across the industry, as Nvidia is reportedly slashing GPU supply with no new GPU set to release for gamers until 2027. And that is the end of that article. But that is the gist of it. Steam Deck is having issues already. Valve has confirmed that because it's supply issues with storage and RAM, and that I think is going to severely impact the Steam Machine PC that everybody is excited about. It's going to increase the price, I think, and it's going to impact how many will be available. And I think it's not. I mean, we're just getting into 26. I have not seen, other than a laptop I got from Lenovo for review that was the last year's model. I have not seen any laptops coming across my way yet, and I suspect that this year is going to be a lighter load of reviews because they are just short on supply. And I think a lot of these new models are going to be made in very short supply. And we'll see. We'll see how that all pans out. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? What do you think about this RAM shortage, the SSD shortage, GPU shortage? What do you think about this whole AI deal? Where do you think that this investment into AI and into what they're doing with AI right now is worth the cost that it is going to have on consumer electronics, or not? Let me know. I don't know. Put that in the comments below. And in the meantime, make sure you like this video, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, make sure you share it out to your friends. Let's grow this channel a little further. I'm going to be doing more of these kind of videos this year, I think, with the shortage of reviews and shortage of unboxings. I'll probably just be doing more of these commentary videos. Hopefully we can get some more views on these. These don't get as many views as my unboxings, but hey, let's share them out. Let's get some conversation going down in the comments below. Let's talk about what's happening this year. But more importantly, make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will talk to you on the other side.